This 34-mile backpack loop begins and ends at the Upper Dungeness Trailhead on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State, and it's entirely in the Buckhorn Wilderness. If you do it clockwise, you hike up the road for about 3.5 miles to the Dirty Face Ridge Trail and take that all the way up to the summit of Mount Townsend, which is where I spent night one. From there, you descend down to Silver Lakes, and that's where you leave the actual trail and begin bushwhacking off trail, up and over Hawk Peak, and then down into Tall Canyon. From there, you pick up the trail again, and that takes you down into Tubal Cain Trail, and then you follow that south the whole way to Buckhorn Mountain, which is where I spent night two. From there, you descend past Marmot Pass, and then entering the Upper Dungeness River Valley, you go past Camp Handy, past the junction with Royal Basin Trail, and then eventually back to the Upper Dungeness Trailhead again. Hiking up Dirty Face Ridge for what will hopefully be first night of a 3-night trip. This goes up to the summit of Mount Townsend, and weather permitting, I'll camp on the summit or maybe just a little ways below the summit if the weather looks like it's not going to clear off. But I think just got camp set up on the summit of Mount Townsend, and the clouds are really clearing off, thankfully, so it should be a really nice evening. I did put the tarp up just in case we get a little bit of precipitation. You never know. So that's the true summit over there, just a little bit higher, and it's a beautiful evening. Good morning. It's about 5 o'clock. The sun just came up. Another beautiful day in the Olympic Mountains. Most of the clouds evaporated, so it was a nice clear evening. Mount Townsend's right over here. I'm just camped on the summit over here by these trees. You can see Mount Rainier and Mount Adams in the background. Just summited Hawk Peak, heading down Toll Canyon. That's the site of I think a B-52 or a B-17 or something. You can see the engine and parts of the fuselage down in there. There's a lot of information about that wreck online, Toll Canyon. Hiking up towards Buckhorn Mountain. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some sundogs. And there's definitely some moisture in the atmosphere. There's some sundogs right above, there's like 3 of them above these peaks. And there's a big rainbow the whole way around the sun too, but can't pick that up very easily. So well, it's about 8:30. Got camp set up. Have some clouds, but it's kind of trying to clear off. So it should be a really nice evening. Oh, this is the inside of the tarp. Pretty simple setup. Just have the DCF fabric tarp, a polycro ground sheet, just to kind of keep moisture and dirt off of things. 1/8 of an inch foam pad, 2.5 inch inflatable thermarest, and then my backpack goes under the feet when I'm ready to sleep. Then the mosquito net just tucks around everything and up underneath, and unless you're on an ant farm, nothing's really going to get in there very easily. So I've had real good success with it. Another beautiful sunrise. It's about 5:05 is when the sun rises right now. It's really nice. Had a pretty comfortable evening, pretty good temperature. But it's going to be a beautiful day. It already is a beautiful day. Well, I just woke up about a half hour ago, packed up camp. It's about 7 o'clock, and hiked up to Buckhorn again, just to see Mount Rainier and Mount Constance over here. Still a lot of snow in the interior of the Olympics, and it's just, you can't beat the views from up here. It's a little bit of a shortcut to get down to Marmot Pass, rather than going around on the Pacific Northwest Trail. A little more vertical, but a little shorter, and a lot more scenic. Although everything's scenic up here around Marmot Pass and Buckhorn. And not sure what I'm doing today. I was going to spend a third night over on Mount Fricaba, that snowy kind of broad peak, gentle on the summit. It's kind of flat on top, and boy, there's just a lot of snow yet, so I just have trail runners and some micro spikes, so I may not do that. We'll see. Michelle would be happy if I came back a day early anyway. Alright, well, back at the trailhead. Cut the trip a little bit short. Did 2 nights instead of 3. Mostly because of all the snow that I could see up on Mount Fricaba and the traverse going over into Royal Basin. So didn't want to deal with a ton of snow. And I talked to someone on the trail that said tomorrow supposed to get rain anyway, so pretty good call on that. So I'll be going home a day early. So I guess that means I get to enjoy a dinner of jalapeno poppers 1 day sooner. Can't beat that.